All right, what's up guys? Been a little while. So if you've followed my channel or any of my social media, you might have noticed that the last few months I haven't really been making a lot of content, and I want to explain what I've been up to the last few weeks and months, and then what's going on in the future and what you can expect. So if any of you guys have read The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, which is one of my favorite books, I recommend it all the time, you'll know that he talks about life being broken out into seasons. There are busier seasons, and then there are times where you take more of a rest or like a recovery period, and that is what I'm in right now, but not like a normal recovery period in the sense where I'm not doing anything. I'm actually just focused on something else. If you do follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I've been playing a lot more golf, which is the focus of my summer schedule or summer activity. And the way that I started to come back to this or think about this 2 years ago was I was really busy with work, really busy with real estate and starting projects. And I was thinking to myself, when was I the happiest? I know it's like a cliche kind of like up in the sky question, but I was thinking to myself, when am I actually the happiest, or when was I? And I thought back to when I was almost like a kid and had a summer vacation or a break after working for a really long time on projects, and try to set myself back and enjoy a little bit of time off, or just enjoy summer, or have something to look forward to. So the way that I chose to set this up was from October, November to April, I was going to be working just head down on projects, acquiring real estate deals, fixing properties, improving properties, or trying to start new projects like 7-Day VA, where we're helping people find virtual assistants to run or optimize their business. And the goal with that was to get it to over the summer months where I could work maybe 1 to 2 hours a week with any business or any properties really just running in the background, so I could do what I wanted over the summer, which is just compete in golf tournaments. Real quick guys, this video is brought to you by AirDNA. AirDNA is the one source of data for all things Airbnb and Vrbo and furnished rentals in my business, and generally just in the furnished rental world. I cannot analyze properties without AirDNA. They are the place that I go to look at comps to see what properties are performing best in areas. And now they have an option where you can see what properties are listed for sale in that market and how much money they're generating on Airbnb or VRBO. There's a bunch of new features that I use day to day in it that help me run the business. But the biggest that I see now is tracking pricing and seeing different amenities that properties have. So I know whether I should be improving my properties or sort of lessening them to make sure that they can compete with whatever is going on in the market. So if you are an Airbnb owner or you're considering becoming an Airbnb owner or host, highly recommend checking out AirDNA. That is the one place that I get all my data and we do all of our analysis from on a daily basis when we're considering properties we want to buy or just improve things in our own properties that we're doing constantly. Wouldn't be possible without AirDNA. And the overall update is that things have been going pretty good. If you'd seen on social media, I'd won a big tournament that I'd always wanted to, and I came runner-up in another one, and the properties have been going pretty well. I'll show on screen here some of the results or some of the, I guess, earnings from this season. We had the US Open at Pinehurst, which is awesome and our biggest month ever. But overall, things have been progressing, and we've been adding clients to 7-Day VA, and we've also been having really good occupancy at the properties across the Carolinas and across Kentucky. And the reason I think that I haven't really been making content as much is that I've been finding when I focus on one thing really heavily, it's hard for me to kind of shift back to focus on other things, such as working on real estate all the time and making content is a very different like mindset for me than practicing golf and working on stretching and trainers and getting lessons and going to travel to tournaments and bringing all my equipment around. So it's very different. So I'm trying to think of different ways that I can kind of batch it for the whole year, or just kind of have it like gone fishing and putting a sign up on the door where I can kind of just do 6 and 6. I'm just being totally transparent with you. If any of you guys were wondering why the content has taken a lull, but the business is still kind of progressing in the background. Anyway, the way that I expect it to shape out and the way that it's kind of been shaping out now is I've been doing 6 months of projects in those winter months, typically spending most of my time in Medellin, Colombia, and then the other half of the year spending my time in New York, playing golf tournaments and not being in the business as much. But what I found happens at the end of every one of those 6-month periods is I get tired or a little burned out from doing whatever I'm doing, if it's 6 months of work or 6 months of golf, and then I'm ready to shift back into the other thing. And at the time of this recording, it is first week of August 2024, and I'm sort of at the tail end of, let's say now, this golf season. There's only a few months left of it, August, September, October, and then it'll probably be that same shift where I'm a little tired of golf and a little burned out and ready to get back to work, which is when I'll go back to Colombia and work on projects full-time there. So now that I think about it, this sort of answers the question when people have asked me in different seasons, oh, like I see you golfing all the time. How are you golfing all the time and you're not really working on your business? Or when I'm in the winter months, when I'm working all the time, people say, oh, like, are you golfing at all? I don't really see you playing much, because it's kind of like a seasonal thing where I'm just doing the thing that I'm excited about or interested about at the time and focused really 100% on one thing and like zero on the other. I'm curious if any of you guys have ever tried something like this, but if you've read 4-Hour Workweek, it makes sense, maybe a little bit more. But to me, this was just something that I always wanted to do. So I'm curious for you guys, if you have ever done something like this, more working in seasons or sprints of projects, if there's anything that you found that makes it better or worse, or if you abandoned it completely after not liking it at some point. The one thing about this though that I've really liked is that it sets a time constraint. So a lot of times I find I would have goals for the year, or people that follow me have goals for the year. You might do the same thing. And it kind of stretches out really long. And the first 9 months of the year, you might not be that productive or might not get that close to your goals. But then the last 3 months, you really start accomplishing what you want to. What I found was that by doing it in these 6-month chunks, when I have a drop dead date at the end of the season, I know what I'm backing into and I know what I have to try to be prepared for to get everything ready. And in doing that, I found there was this crazy urgency that happened, and it really helped me be more productive to either accomplish my golf or business goals. So this really is just more of a life update that I'm still in New York for the rest of the summer and into the fall, and then I'll be back in Medellin where I'll be kind of head down in projects and you'll be seeing a lot more content. But if there are topics or things that you are curious about, feel free to comment them or just message me and I will start planning to make more content about things in the future. But in general, this is just a quick update, kind of a thought also of, let's say maybe you're stuck and you're not sure kind of how you want to set things up. This is something that I didn't really think was possible as far as a schedule goes. And it's something that I'm really liking because I do get bored with things. Maybe you do the same. If you're just doing the same thing for 12 months, year after year, it kind of just starts to feel mundane. But I really like the idea of breaking things up and having, you know, a little bit of a pull and push relationship with work or whatever projects you're working on. Now, granted, this is only possible because of having a team and automation. You guys know I'm, really into virtual assistants, and that's something that I've shifted a lot of my focus and energy into, is hiring more virtual assistants in the Philippines and helping people hire more virtual assistants in the Philippines. So if you have any questions or need help with that, feel free to just comment below any questions you have. But that is what's made this possible. I understand some of you guys might be watching this and thinking, yeah, John, that's great, but I just can't step away from whatever I'm doing, my real estate portfolio or my job or my company. I would challenge you though to say there is probably more of a possibility to do it than you think, or a way that you can sort of observe your business and organize your business in a way that can run without you as much as it might right now, which I know is easier said than done, but coming from someone that's done it, I assure you it is possible. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to give an update, catch you up on what's up with life, what I've been up to over the summer, why there's been a little bit of a lull in content, but then also what to expect over the fall and winter months, where there will be a lot more content coming, and I'll be working on different projects and kind of explaining things as I'm doing them in real time, and I'm really excited for that when that time comes. But as always, if you have any comments or questions, just drop them below, and I will be happy to answer all of them or make new videos about topics you're interested in. So until next time, I will see you guys later, and I will definitely be seeing you guys more in the fall.